in the moment when they've been the most exhausted and they was like about break, I was like, no, now is the moment. Now we have to do it. Action.
I love this story. I find it so inspiring. When did you first hear Pam's story? How did you get a hold of it?
This is a paradox because first I got the script and then I learned that this is a real story. And then I start to read about Pam and dig about her, the real story, actually, after I received a script. But I was so fascinated by this story. Then it's like 12 hours or 10 hours from someone's life, which completely changed the perspective of these two people. So in very limited time, something super consistent, like I found it very interesting.
Yeah, me too. When you first were able to speak to Pam, what are the first questions that you had for her?
I asked her if the whole story is like totally real story because it's like, oh my God. And she said, yes, of course, it's a real story because it was so surprising that he escaped, that he disappeared and he vanished, and why. So I asked her if each element is exactly how it was in reality, but she confirmed, of course. And then I was more observing her on little films, videos she shared with us, how she behaves, how she's packing her backpack. So then I can give the right comments to Naomi when she's, acting her.
Yeah, I was able to interview her about an hour ago and she's very cool. Like I really like talking to
her. Oh my God, I love her. She's like super cool. Yeah.
Yeah. What's the most valuable lesson do you think you learned from just working on this story?
I really learned that we can really pass every terrible moments in our life, including grief, including a huge loss, and there is a hope always at the end of the day. And there is a sun and there is a moment when you can say, okay, life is super brutal, it's very hard, but it's also extremely beautiful. Mm-hmm. Of course, this is something we all know, but we are forgetting so often. So this was the biggest lesson, which is also, I think, on the screen in the film. And another lesson was how we as a team, me, Naomi, our Michał Engler DOP, how we've been fighting to make this film as beautiful, as strong as possible and Billy Hall, because we've been like 25 shooting days, very limited with everything, and to create storm, to create the real struggle on the screen, it was very demanding. But we said all to each other, we have to do it. We have to do it, and we've been like this, a team, solid, amazing team.
Yeah. What was the hardest thing to overcome while filming?
Storm. I can tell you it was very, very difficult because, it was we used some machines, but we had only like few of them and they've been super noisy. So then in this super terrible noise, they have to act. I was trying to give them comments and they couldn't hear me. But I can tell you, after 10 minutes, everyone was so tired that I was always, okay, now is the right moment to film the scene. And I was like, in the moment when they've been the most exhausted and they was like about break, I was like, no, now is the moment. Now we have to do it. Action.
Now it's authentic. Yeah.
Yeah, now it's authentic.
Well, congrats on the film. I found it so inspiring and so well done. So congratulations. That's my time.
Thank you.
Thank you.